August 2026. Anne Hathaway steps onto the red carpet in a crop top, her baby bump on full display, and the internet loses its mind within seconds. People are talking about everything. Her being 43, her relentless work schedule over the past few months, and a completely absurd conspiracy theory about a fake belly that she dismantled with a single short post. But while the internet was busy gossiping and hunting for drama, almost nobody stopped to think about the real emotional scars she had to carry before she could finally find the happiness she has today. That's exactly what we're getting into. The unglamorous, raw, and deeply real story of Anne Hathaway. It all starts long before any of this shine, back in 2004. Anne was young, open, and a little naive, a fresh-faced star who had just woken up famous after the Princess Diaries. That's when she fell head over heels for an Italian man named Raffaello Follieri. He played the role of a powerful billionaire to perfection. Global real estate empires, high-level Vatican connections, even plans to buy the UN headquarters. For 4 years, her life looked like a movie. Private jets, luxury apartments, exclusive parties. Then in June 2008, the whole illusion shattered. The FBI arrested Follieri for large-scale fraud. There were no billions. His entire operation ran on deceiving investors out of nearly $60 million. Anne had actually broken up with him just weeks before the arrest. Something had felt off, but federal agents still raided her apartment. Her personal diaries and belongings were seized, and her name was dragged through the tabloids for months. Follieri went to prison for 4.5 years. Anne was left with a scorched reputation, a broken heart, and one brutal lesson she'd carry for the rest of her life. Blind trust comes at a price.
It takes a minute for me to let my guard down, but once I do and I get to know someone, I'm very open, very trusting. Some might say too trusting because considering the amount of money that can be made from selling gossip, I could be very easily taken advantage of.
After a blow like that, you'd think her heart would have closed up for good, but life had other plans. Right in the middle of all that public scrutiny and stress, Adam Shulman came into the picture, an actor, producer, and jeweler who was her complete opposite. No grand promises, no ego, no talk of millions. They met through mutual friends, and Adam simply showed up for her during the hardest moments when even stepping outside felt impossible. In 2012, they got quietly married in California. No magazine covers, no fanfare. Today, their partnership is genuinely solid. They've made a conscious choice to keep their family life away from cameras, raising 2 sons, Jonathan, born in 2016, and younger Jack, who arrived in 2019. Anne has said more than once that she only truly found herself, that sense of being exactly where she's supposed to be when she became a mother. And the news of a 3rd pregnancy at 43 turned out to be the kind of unexpected, joyful surprise they'd quietly stopped hoping for. But the road to that peace wasn't only about personal struggles. There was also the weight of public opinion pressing down on her. In February 2013, Anne finally received her long-awaited Oscar for her extraordinary work in Les Miserables. She walked on stage, held the award close, and said with complete sincerity, "It came true." By the next morning, the internet had exploded with a wave of irrational hatred. A phenomenon called Hathahate spread across the web. Entire sites and thousands of comments from people accusing her of being too fake, smiling too wide, being too theatrical. It was one of the most widespread cases of mass online harassment against someone who had done absolutely nothing wrong. Anne quietly scaled back her public appearances, but she didn't fall apart. She just kept working, letting films like Interstellar and Ocean's 8 speak for themselves. But the deepest pain was the kind she stayed silent about for a long time. The road to having the family she wanted was far from smooth. Months of waiting, negative tests, and a devastating miscarriage. The hardest moment of all came while she was on the job. She had to play a pregnant woman on stage during the very period she was losing her own child. Think about what that takes. Standing under the stage lights, smiling, performing joy, while a very private tragedy is unfolding inside you. That's why every child became something they never took for granted, a hard-won miracle. And now we come back to where we started. August 2026. Anne Hathaway stands on that red carpet, confident, bump and all. Behind her, an ex-lover who turned out to be a con man, years of mass online cruelty, unbearable personal loss, and on the other side of all of it, the unexpected joy of late motherhood alongside a man who never stopped being in her corner. And the world is out here squinting at pixels, cooking up theories about a fake belly. She doesn't make a scene. She doesn't call a press conference. She just posts a short video with 3 words, fake hair, real bump, and one genuine smile, and that's the end of the conversation. That's the real strength of Anne Hathaway. The outside world can spend as long as it wants building myths, second-guessing her choices or looking for cracks, but she figured out a long time ago what actually matters: herself, her family, and her real life. Let us know in the comments who you want us to cover next. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.